Okay, so this is a video to demonstrate custom lift arm cradles for the Mohawk A7 two-post asymmetrical lift. I purchased this lift about 6 months ago for primary use with Ferrari and exotic cars. I have this in my garage. It's actually a pretty nice lift made by Mohawk. However, I must say their customer service is absolutely terrible, but it is a good lift. Not well packaged, came kind of chipped up and things, but it is built like a tank, and it serves my purpose as well. However, when discussing the lift with Mohawk initially, I told the salesperson that I was going to be lifting Ferraris and exotic cars. So what they sent me was these serrated lift pads. I don't think I'd want to lift up a school bus with these, let alone an exotic car, but this is what was sent, and they can swivel and they can come in and out of the arms in this hole location. Well, I sent an email to Mohawk stating that I was really not thrilled with these jagged edge serrated lift pads, and as a point of feedback I said that they should have a rubberized option. Never heard back from the salesman or the owner. And I spoke with another friend who has the same lift, and he told me that he has rubberized pads from Mohawk, which he had to request. He received the same lousy serrated pads. So I contacted Mohawk, and they basically told me to pound salt, that if I wanted to buy rubberized pads, it would be just shy of $500, and that they wouldn't exchange these for the rubberized pads. So I got kind of aggravated with that, and there is some limitations with these pads as it is. You can see I can rotate them, and I can move them in and out by moving the entire arm of the lift in and out. But what happens is, based on the in and out travel of the lift and where the car is positioned within in and out direction of the lift, you can't always get to the pickup plate points on the car that you want to use. So what I ended up doing was designing custom cradles that use a standard hockey puck. I can't take credit for this idea. A gentleman named Mitch from the Ferrari Forum tipped me off to this. So what I simply did is design these aluminum cradles, one design for the secondary arm, another design for the primary arm. And when they're both used together, you get the same work height between both to compensate for this height difference. The other thing I did is, you'll notice there's a retainer plate here. This holds the arm from pulling out, the secondary arm from pulling out of the primary arm. What I have done is remove that bracket, because I'm going to come up with a different method to hold that in, so that I can actually bring this cradle right to the very edge of that primary arm. And I need that. Some of the locations that I want to pick up need full contact here. So this design allows me to move this cradle back and forth about the arm. I've got some screws here that I can tighten if I wish, even hand tighten, and it'll just hold it in place. And I've got the hockey pucks for support. So similarly, I can move this back and forth, lock it down. Now if I need additional height, that's simple. I remove the hockey puck and I grab one of these risers that nests in, raise it up on top of here, put the hockey puck in that, and I've got an additional height, because sometimes you need to clear the rocker panels of the car and have this type of a height arrangement. If I want even more height, I can add a secondary riser and the puck. Now what I like about this is, when I'm laying on the ground, if the car is only a few inches off the air and I'm trying to position these lift arms, I don't have to worry about positioning the hockey puck on center. Before, I was just setting the puck on the arm without the cradle, and I'd have to concern myself with where I was on center here. Sounds easy when you're looking at it in this view, but when you're laying underneath the car, especially on the more narrow arm, it's not all that easy to see. So this worked out pretty well, where I'm trapped center-wise, and I can slide it back and forth and don't have to worry about center. Also, before I was using 2 pucks and stacking it. I didn't really like that, even though you got the load of the car on it. I didn't like the fact that there was no side support. It just made me nervous, and with this design, I don't have to worry about sideways. I simply got load on it. I don't have to worry about any side load. So I got to give credit to a school that actually had their students make these parts for me. I designed them. I have a shop. I could have built them myself, but I was a little busy, and I hooked up with a school that makes real-world parts for customers, and it was pretty cool. So the students actually made these parts, and they did a fantastic job. I'm looking forward to trying them. I'll post another video in a few weeks when the car is actually on the lift and these cradles are in use. Thanks for watching.